So now we're gonna be reacting to what happened to kids' cartoons. Oh boy, we are in for a treat, are we? Last time we just react to like a few Paw Patrol videos. My channel, this channel blew up a little bit. I gained like maybe 10 subscribers in my other stream. So yeah, let's get on with it.
Hey everyone, ever since I was a kid, I have loved cartoons. They have always held a very special place in my heart. To me, they are the perfect escape from reality. A place where anything and everything can happen, and imagination is truly the only limit.
Isn't there anything on that isn't about boxes?
Welcome back to Championship Boxing.
I mean, it's not really about boxes. I give up.
I used to watch Dora so much that the first word I had ever said was abre to my mom to open the fridge, and my parents were trying to teach me English. A while ago, my sisters have started pumping out children, and now I have 3 nephews and 2 nieces. As they've been getting older, they have started to watch cartoons, and on their occasional visit, I'll watch some with them, and it has made me lose complete faith in the direction of kids' animation and entertainment. Every single cartoon looks the same, and they all have this gross, cheap 3D animated look, and just feel like watching slop. It always makes me think back to the cartoons I would watch when I was a kid, and how good they were. And it has just left me wondering, what happened to kids' cartoons?
Wow, those were the days. Were the good old days.
It's never been more clear than now that 90s and 2000s kids grew up with the golden era of cartoons. It's hard to deny the creativity and passion that went into nearly every single cartoon that was made back then. We grew up right around the time animation was going digital, and most of the cartoons in the early 2000s were still being hand-drawn. Time, love, and care were put into every frame of the cartoons at the time, and that philosophy usually carried over when switching to digital animation. It wasn't just about making a cartoon for kids, it was also about making a good cartoon. Of course, there were exceptions, and some cartoons were more geared towards young toddlers like Dora, but even that show was awesome for how it made the audience a participant in the show. However, one kid's cartoon in particular had completely changed everything. We all know the name, we know the theme, and we all know where he lives. In his orange pineapple under the sea, SpongeBob SquarePants. In Emblement's video about SpongeBob, he talks about how it has earned over $13 billion, accounting for over 5% of Viacom's earnings. It's not just Nickelodeon, it's SpongeBob that has earned that much across all of Viacom's media properties like MTV. This helps explain why they are still beating that horse until it stops spitting out money. Merchandising kids' TV shows has never been anything new. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe cartoon was made to sell toys in the 80s. However, none have quite seen the success SpongeBob has, and it wasn't even made to sell merchandise. It was made by Stephen Hillenburg to share his passion for marine biology through animation and teach kids to love the ocean. All the money from merchandise was just a bonus to the great show that was made. Stephen Hillenburg was never really in it for the money, though it helped. Had he gotten his wishes, SpongeBob probably would have ended after the SpongeBob movie in 2004. I assume due to the IP being tied up in contracts and technically belonging to Nickelodeon, they kept milking that cash cow, and now SpongeBob has become a hollow husk of what it used to be. SpongeBob is still making money, so why would they ever stop? This, I think, marked the beginning of the end for good kids' cartoons. After seeing the success of SpongeBob and animation becoming cheaper with digital animation on the rise, kids' TV became more and more profit-driven. This, however, wasn't the complete end. Since the SpongeBob movie came out, there have been tons of good kids shows that have come out, and maximizing profits isn't the only factor in the creation of lazy, cheap shows like Paw Patrol. I think One of the biggest changes has been due to child safety laws around advertising becoming more strict over time. Whenever I upload a video, I have to say whether or not the target audience is for kids and if it contains paid promotion. This is to comply with child safety laws and advertising laws. It's illegal to advertise to children under 13, and it is illegal to advertise something without saying it's an ad. And 10-15 years ago, you didn't need to do all that. So they've definitely gotten a lot stricter. But that won't stop people from finding workarounds. Let's take a look at one of the more popular kids' TV shows of the last decade, Paw Patrol. Now, remember how SpongeBob was made by a marine biologist to share his passion? Well, the inspiration for Paw Patrol was a toy. Someone drew the characters, then toy makers were hired to help flesh things out. From day one, Paw Patrol was about selling toys. It was never about making a good kids' TV show. The secret to Paw Patrol being so successful is the whole show is an advertisement for the merchandise. It's SpongeBob turned on its head. Instead of making something passionate, capitalize on the passion of kids. All kids love animals and firefighters and stuff. Kids are really pure of heart, and they will love almost anything if they give it enough time. And like I said earlier, Masters of the Universe was made exclusively to sell toys, and it's nothing new. But at least that show had some style and didn't appeal to the lowest common denominator. Not everyone would like it. Paw Patrol and other similar shows are truly just terribly animated cliche life lesson brain rot. It doesn't respect the intelligence of its audience, even if they are kids. The shows are all animated overseas to cut costs and are made to be as cheap as possible to make as much as possible. I feel bad that none of my nephews or nieces will grow up with a cartoon they remember fondly, that nothing will feel like it was made for them but rather to make money off of them. They won't be able to actually go back and watch it to enjoy it in a new way. If they go back to watch Paw Patrol, they will hate it and not understand how anyone could watch it. Or maybe they'll ironically laugh at just how bad it is and get a little nostalgia. But I go back and I watch Dora, and sure, it's like, oh, this was made for kids, but it still brings back fond memories, and it's still fun having her ask me questions and throwing her back dumb answers.
Red or blue?
Red.
There's just a similar theme with all these new shows with plasticky looking characters with minimal discerning qualities, big eyes, big head, tiny body. They literally look like toys in action, which is the point. It's a big ad for the kid to say, play with me, and capitalizes on their imagination instead of feeding it. Rarely are things made for kids to be good and memorable. It's made for money, and it makes me really sad. When I have kids, I plan to never show them this dog water, and I'm going to exclusively show them the cartoons I grew up on, because even as an adult, I'd be able to enjoy them with my kids, and I want them to be able to carry the same fondness I have for cartoons. Kids now think there's more possibilities with Marvel CGI than a piece of paper and a pen because the cartoons they have are so bad. There's a reason Bluey blew up so much, because it was actually made with some passion, not just to market and mindlessly entertain kids. And to really make a point of things, I'm going to show you a short compilation cutting between modern and older cartoons.
One big spin for the win! Whoa! Whoa! Marshall, careful! Whoa!
Arthur, you made that plane all wrong. It doesn't fly at all.
No, DW. I made it exactly right. What?
Oh, I remember this scene. This is back in your YouTube poop days, huh?
If it could break the sound barrier, falling out of a window shouldn't be able to break it.
I told you not to touch it!
Thank you, Spidey. As King of Wakanda, I travel to see so many wonders of the world. But I have never been to such a park.
My hot day 3-step plan. 1. Cool breeze from the Ferris wheel. 2. Enjoy a snow cone. 3. Make a splash on the water slide.
Patrick, I think we should keep our voices down. We might start an avalanche.
What?
I said, I think we should keep our voices down in case of avalanches.
What should we keep down?
Morons.
Our voices!
Will you two shut up?
The chopper's on the way.
SpongeBob, my legs are frozen solid. You'll have to cut them off with a saw.
No, Patrick, I can't do that.
Why not?
Because I already cut off my own arms.
No!
All around!
Finn, do you remember?
Yeah, I think so. A long time ago, I was you, sort of. And I crashed on Earth and became a butterfly or some biz. And I guess it was just some random absurd thing. Just a joke I've been playing out for centuries.
Who's creating the joke? Are you? And if so, then are you my creator?
Maybe? I don't know. Probably not.
Probably not, but who knows? I've been around forever and experienced so much impossible junk. I've embodied all that is good and evil. And now we're here. It's unprecedented. And I give you a choice. Come with me to the end and the beginning, or struggle here a while like a beautiful autumn leaf.
What's that bell sound?
Cool, man.
This is your crisis, as you stand on the edge of freedom from love, hate, friendship, isolation, jealousy, secrets, violence, video games, ice cream waffles, sadness, madness, power, honor, loyalty, saucy, mothers, fathers, scoundrels.
How long are you gonna list stuff?
It's a long list.
You're telling me to abandon all this stuff, but you're not really making it sound bad.
It's not bad. I'm just giving you the choice of a new mode of existence.
I feel like I put a lot of work into this meat reality. I'd like to see it through.
Fair enough.
Jarring, wasn't it? It really makes you look back and appreciate how good we had it. Every show was unique and had its own style. Even if some of these shows weren't for you, you can't deny the heart that was clearly put behind each and every one. Sure, in the end, they were all made to make money, but at least it was memorable. I got something out of all the shows I grew up with. They felt like art. They didn't underestimate or undermine my intelligence. Each one had something different to offer, whether it was Billy and Mandy's grotesqueness or the sea creatures of Bikini Bottom. And they didn't just want to entertain you as a kid, but you as a person. Every day I spent watching cartoons was an adventure. It didn't just exist for me to shut up for 20 minutes and sell me toys. Now it seems the only reason kids' cartoons exist is to sell toys. And sure, there will always be merchandise, but why can't a show be made to be a good show whether it's for kids or not? Sure, kids are dumb, but I think they are a lot smarter than most like to give them credit for, and I think deserve good, mature storytelling as much as adults. They'll consume Paw Patrol and be happy with it until they grow out of it, but they aren't going to remember it. It's not art, it's a product. They'll remember consuming a product, not how the show made them feel and how it felt special to them, or even be able to name one of their favorite episodes. I know there will be exceptions, but I feel good kids' cartoons are getting harder and harder to come by. I feel like modern society is all about consumption, and I miss when there was at least some substance to what you consume. So what is the point of this video? Well, to be honest, I don't know. I was watching cartoons with my nephew the other day, and just got really bummed at the lack of quality, even if it is to just entertain a 1-year-old. I guess if I have anything to say, is that if you have your own kids or nieces or nephews, show them—
I never had kids. Heck, I didn't even get another girlfriend yet because I was busy helping my family out. It wasn't even my fault.
the cartoons you used to watch. Try to get them off the calculated dopamine drips of these awful modern cartoons and get them hooked on a show you used to watch that they feel they connect with. The next generations deserve more than to be treated like mindless consumers. They deserve to feel like something was made for them, not to just make money off of them, but in an artistic way. We all watched different shows when we were kids because there was something special about them that we connected with. And honestly, there's just not a whole lot that's special about any of these modern cartoons. Now, I'm just another man in his mid-20s ranting about kids' cartoons on the internet, but I feel like somewhere along the way, we forgot that kids' cartoons are art.
I don't know, this guy was 4 years older than me. Or 4 years older than me.
Too. And that is what happened to kids' cartoons.
Oh, hey. I'm not sure if this is done yet. It's hard to tell when an abstract is finished.
Jermaine, what's wrong with you? Who's taking away your identity as a landscape painter?
There's nothing wrong with me, Jake. I just changed a little. You seem like you changed a little bit too.
No, I just look different.
That sounds like denial.
Nothing's different. I'm the same. Same old Jake. Completely normal. This looks bad, but deep down, I'm not different. And you're not different either, right? You'll go back to painting landscapes?
No one is making me do this. I painted so many landscapes that the shapes of the land began to lose their meaning. And the shapes broke apart to me, so I painted them like that. And it's not like my new paintings erase my old paintings. They're both me.
Okay. I think I'm starting to get it.
Sorry I don't have more answers.
Well, do you have any more of these paintings? The shapes are always changing. Changing is their normal state, like us. Even if we're not changing on the outside, we're changing on the inside constantly. There's some stuff about me that I've been ignoring for a long time. I'm afraid of that stuff. But it's part of who I am. As long as I know the shape of my soul, I'll be all right.
Wow. You really understand my art.
Oh, I totally don't understand anything.
Oh, I think that's it. So that's the end of this. I ain't gonna lie, chat. That was enjoyable. Especially in the end. It was a feel of heart, you know? Because I noticed Adventure Time when I was a kid. And I used to watch it when I was a kid.